Yo, what's good with it, Black Goose TV family, man? Double salute as always. Your boy Fluenceboxing is back in the building once again. Another day, another dollar. I'm not talking about dang, but either way it goes, I'm feeling great. No need to explain. Y'all already know what it is, man. Look, I want to say this to the people. Happy early Thanksgiving. It's Thanksgiving Eve. You know what I'm saying? I know probably a lot of y'all is chilling with the fam bam type thing. You know what I'm saying? Got the smell goods going around you with the foods and all that. You know, doing the traditional Thanksgiving side of the game. And to all my people, you know what I'm saying, all the family members that's outside of the US and y'all don't, you know what I'm saying, celebrate Thanksgiving and don't know what the big deal about it is. It's really not a big deal if you really want to look into the history. But with that being said, it's just another day for y'all. So I want to appreciate y'all. I want to say salute to y'all, man. Look, man, but on the American side of the game, man, look, it's Thanksgiving, it's the turkey. It's the eve to the turkey day. So a lot of y'all probably, you know what I'm saying, smelling the good cooking, smelling the good food. You know what I'm saying? Around the family members. You know what I'm saying? I'm chilling. I'm chilling. That's why I'm live right now. I'm gonna be 100 with you. I don't even know what I was going to talk about. I be doing this a lot lately. I be feeling like or it depends on the circumstance. But I was like, I don't even know what I'm gonna go live about. What I'm gonna talk about. But really, I was like, man, I might as well go live, man. I'm chilling at the crib. You already know where I stay at is very far away from my family, so I'm not with my family for Thanksgiving. I'm by myself. You know what I'm saying? I do know some people that definitely got the cookings going on probably the next day, but it's like, man, I'm chilling in the crib, man. I've been working hard. I've been playing, you know what I'm saying? Very, very few, very little, you know what I'm saying? I've been going crazy, getting over the sickness, you know what I'm saying? And going back in the gym, going crazy. By the way, great workout today. 6.5 miles. That was a good time. But like, man, like I just been going so hard. I'm like, let me just chill. I want to just relax, you know what I'm saying? And so that's what I've been on, you know what I'm saying? I got off work earlier today. I had a gripe too. And I've been saying this. If y'all seen the daily check-in, you already know, man. I got problems with it, man. I'm like, there's no need, and I know every gym doesn't do this. I know there's certain gyms that don't close early on, holidays beforehand, and I also know gyms that actually are open on holidays. Very few, but there are some rarities, right? Excuse me. So, excuse me. It bugs me when it comes to the certain gym that I go to where it's like, yo, you know what I'm saying? The day before Thanksgiving, we gonna close the gym at 4 o'clock. Like that's such a weird time to close the gym at. If you want me to be 100 with you, like 4 o'clock, like for real, that's the type of time y'all on. But I'm like, even with that being the case, you know what I'm saying? I still made it work. I still made it work. I did what I had to do. Basically, I couldn't lift no weights today, so I just, you know what I'm saying, because I had to do it during my lunch break. And it's like my lunch break varies. Like a lot of people, they have like kind of like a regular schedule type joint where you gotta do like 30 minutes or whatever. But I usually get for my lunch break, I could do an hour, or if I wanted to, I can do a little bit longer, probably like an hour and a half. I just let them know when I'm on. So um, I knew I had some time, but usually when I go in to get my weights in, it usually ends up being about a 2 hour workout. So that would end up being probably like a 2 hour and like 30-minute lunch break type joint because I got to get there, leave, all that stuff. So I was like, all right, I can only do the only option I have is just to straight do cardio. But if I'm gonna do cardio, I got to make sure I do my best to run the entirety of the time that I'm gone. So, I was proud of myself. I could have definitely did faster miles, but I was around about what was it? I was around about like the 7 minute and 50 second mark for every mile, 6.5 miles. I was on the treadmill. It'd have been a lot slower for sure, if I would have did hill runs with it, but it's way too cold for me to do hill runs. But I'm hoping tomorrow, because I'm like the gym, once again, another gripe with gyms closing on holidays and Thanksgiving Eve and all that stuff. Like, I'm hoping that it's not too cold tomorrow, you know what I'm saying, where I won't be able to run. So, like, I'm planning in my head to wake up early and then just test the temperature. And I'm thinking probably around hopefully like 11 or something like that. It'll end up being at least a pretty good temperature where I would be able to, have a good workout and not feel like I'm freezing when I'm running. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. Fingers crossed. You know what I'm saying? I know, the weather ain't gonna make me no promises, but yeah, that's my problem when it comes to gyms, man, or certain gyms. At least my gym specifically, because my gym be tripping. It was good with it. We got Alex in the chat. from the Twitch. What's happening, man? Yeah. Oh, yeah. By the way, I forgot to tell y'all. If you are on the YouTube side of the game, go ahead, hit the like button below, subscribe to the channel if you're not part of the family. Comment, man, show some love as always. If you're on the Twitch side of the channel, man, go ahead, get in the chat. Appreciate you, Alex. If you haven't followed, you know what I'm saying, give me a follow. I'm on my way up. I'm trying to figure this thing out, do a good time. You know what I'm saying? So feel free to talk, feel free to put in your input. Obviously, you see we got some pretty boxing heavy topics coming on tonight. But you know what I'm saying, we're gonna kind of freestyle tonight. It's gonna be a good time. I'm just chilling for the most part. You know what I'm saying? It's Thanksgiving Eve, so we definitely got some things we're gonna get into, but we're not following no script. We're just having a good time for the most part. Alex Thatch, hopefully I'm saying that right too. Alex Thatch says streaming on YouTube too. Yeah, check it out if you want. If you got a YouTube, BlakGooseTV is the YouTube. Anybody wants to know about the Twitch, Fluenceboxing, show some love, man. Right now I'm checking my phone like crazy because I gotta make sure I got some food on the way. I gotta make sure I get that on the right time. I got some time though. We got Jonathan Piedra back in the building. Don't freeze up like Bud does when he hears Spence's name. Don't worry, we're gonna get to that, man. We're gonna get to that. I got a video. I'll either play the video or either do the article. I haven't decided yet, but I'm either gonna read from the article of Terence speaking on supposedly, a lot of Spence fans feeling like Terence Crawford froze up and is ducking that Spence fight. You know what I'm saying? We can see, we can dissect, and we can have our own opinion on whether or not you believe it or not. But as of now, I know Terence Crawford is the only one who's talking right now. He's the only one. Spence hasn't said much, so you know what I'm saying? That speaks volumes. I said, do you box? No. Not like professionally or nothing. For fun, yeah. Yeah, I've trained I've trained boxing probably for like 5 years. I've trained though like Muay Thai. And then my original was Jeet Kune Do. I've done that. I don't know. I'm old now, kind of. Let me see. 876. I've done it about 7 years. So then I did jiu-jitsu maybe like 3 or 4. So I'm definitely a student of the game. This is the longest I've been out of a like actual official boxing gym. It's been a year now. It's the longest I've been out. But I train. You know what I'm saying? I train 6 days out of the week still. You know what I'm saying? I think that's why we do the daily check-ins, y'all. That's very important. I know I don't do that for the Twitch. So yeah, y'all on the Twitch side, y'all don't know about the daily check-ins, but for YouTube, I do daily check-ins. That's basically checking in, seeing how people doing, man. Get something in if you're not doing nothing. Stay active. Jonathan said, no video necessary. The minute he said he doesn't care to unify 147, he showed his true intentions. Nah, but it's context. You got to understand, we already talked about that, but you don't want to listen to that. Context is always the most important things when it comes to what a lot of these guys say. And at the end of the day, when you're going through something as far as negotiation, when you go through something where it seems like it's not going to happen, at some point you are going to say something like, well, yeah, I don't care to unify the 147 division at this point because it seems like the fight's probably not going to happen. But also, too, I'm going to tell you this, Jonathan, I would bet you money right now Errol Spence versus Terence Crawford happens in 2023. Not only will I bet that, everyone who was doubting that Terence Crawford was even going to fight on BLK Prime, if this was a real card, if this was a real pay-per-view, the undercard has been set and it's official. Stamp of approval, the dotted line. So I'm like, you don't have a fake pay-per-view card. You don't have a fake you don't have a fake boxing event and not have a guys like, excuse me, ooh, that was disrespectful. Women like Chris Cyborg that's on the card. I gotta go look at the rest, but I forgot. There's another name. He's coming back from a 2-year layoff, undefeated. Used to be a middleweight champion. I can't remember his name, man. But I'm gonna go to it. I'm gonna check it out because I'm going off the top of my head right now because I didn't read that article. I just kind of glanced through it because that was something I wanted to talk about with the family. But I think that right there in itself is a big deal because anybody who was trying to second guess Terence Crawford's reason why in the negotiation, even though he said himself he agreed to all terms, but for him to ultimately take the money payday because it seemed like he wasn't going to get the guaranteed money he's going to get in this, everyone was saying, oh, well, how are you going to take that deal when let's see if it happens. Let's see if BLK Prime is real. Let's see if you really get the money. Well, it looks like it was a good choice. And that's just what the case is. It's already, like you see, man, Jonathan Piedra, man, he be getting me hyped up. But once again, though, I do want to say to the people, happy Thanksgiving Eve. You know what I'm saying? Spend it with your family. You know what I'm saying? Eat good, talk good, have a good time. You know what I'm saying? So, and then once again, I hope everybody has been enjoying. Yeah, what's today? Wednesday. Yeah, been enjoying a Wednesday, and it just continues to get better. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and get into some of these topics. No need to wait any longer. Now, I'm not going to go in any particular order. I'm just kind of going to be talking. I'm kind of just going to be riffing, but there is certain things that I'm going to pull up kind of throughout the stream, just kind of back up some of my claims or back up some of the things I'm saying, and also get into a little bit more specifics of whatever we may be talking about. Feel free, anybody who hops up in there, hops up in here, wants to have a good time, man, drop something in the comment section. I will pull it up. You know what I'm saying? If y'all want to change the subject, go ahead. I answer anything. We'll talk anything. We just gonna have a good time tonight. There's no basis to nothing. There is. I'm gonna give y'all a heads up. I'm gonna probably have to walk away for like a couple minutes at some point, just so I can grab my food real quick. But it ain't gonna be no big deal. It ain't gonna be no long time. But anyways, let's go ahead and get into this. I'm gonna touch on this first. Reaction to Eddie Hearn dissing Tyson Fury, and then on the Twitch it says also spoke, but I couldn't fit it into the YouTube title, and saying that Ben versus Eubank is basically set or is going to be coming up. All right. So that's one of the topics we're going to be talking about tonight. Also, we're going to talk about Crawford versus Spence, which we already were speaking on, and also why Crawford is saying that it's Spence's, not Spence's fault that the fight's not happening. He actually believes Spence wants the fight to happen, but more so he's blaming it on the business of boxing. And then there's an article that I saw where it's basically naming 10 reasons why actually Terence Crawford is not a pound for pound number one or even in the top five. So that was something I wanted to speak on as well that I thought was interesting. People got some interesting opinions when it comes to that. And then, of course, we got Prograis versus Zepeda happening this weekend. We're going to be doing a Fluence Lounge for that. I can't wait for that fight. I'm really happy that that's still going on. Jose Zepeda, he ended up getting into that car accident, but he was not injured. You know what I'm saying? So that's blessings to him. So we still got the fight happening. So we had the press conference. The final press conference happened today. We had the final press conference face-off happen today. Obviously, what's next up? We got the weigh-ins, and then we got the fight. So I can't wait for that because Prograis versus Zepeda is a very big deal. Anybody who is downgrading this particular fight between these two men, y'all don't know boxing, because what this leads to is a lot bigger than what you would expect. Whoever wins the fight between Jose Zepeda and Regis Prograis is supposedly supposed to fight the winner between Teofimo Lopez and what was supposed to be obviously a different opponent, but now it's Martin versus Martin. So most people expect Teofimo to win. So there's a likelihood we have Regis Prograis versus Teofimo. There's also the likelihood, well, not even likelihood. Well, I don't think it's set yet, but they plan on setting it. They basically agreed. The terms is Jack Catterall versus Joshua Taylor. So we have that fight happening as well. So remember that. So that's we kind of have a little tournament. People aren't really paying attention to it because we're so focused on the heavyweight division. We're so focused on Errol Spence versus Terence Crawford happening. We're so focused on Ryan Garcia versus Gervonta Davis. Like, we have all these big fights. We got, Tyson Fury has Derek Chisora, coming up, and then obviously you guys seen the title. We're talking about him dissing, Eddie Hearn dissing Tyson Fury over what he said about AJ. So obviously we have so much going on. A lot of people actually don't realize how stacked the 140 division is, and Regis Prograis versus Zepeda is a big deal because there's a possibility the winner of that fight either is going to fight Josh Taylor versus Jack Catterall, or he's going to fight the winner of Teofimo Lopez versus Soler Martin. So I'm excited for that fight coming up this weekend. I'm going to definitely react to their face-off a little bit later in this stream. I'm not going to start off with that just yet because there's also something that he said in particular when it comes to the Terence Crawford fight and Errol Spence fight not happening. That's interesting to me. He did comment himself. He did say, hey, I don't personally think that, Errol Spence should be in a position where he feels like he can move up to 154 or Terence Crawford without fighting each other. And, I agree to that. I agree to an extent. You know what I'm saying? But the first thing I'm going to pull up for the people so we can take a look at is going to be Eddie Hearn. I'm gonna have to step away just for a second, guys.
It's a great fight. I mean, a lot of people just presume that it's a straightforward return for Dillian Whyte. Jermaine Franklin has a fantastic team of trainers. He's 21-0. He's got Dimitri Salita here to the right. He knows about how good this guy is. Jermaine Franklin is one shot away from catapulting himself into the big time. It's a very dangerous fight for Dillian Whyte. There's a lot of pressure on this fight. He's coming off a knockout defeat, and he wants to put himself right back in the mix for the world heavyweight title. So it's a tremendous card from top to bottom, but a very big fight in the career of Dillian Whyte on Saturday night.
Do you feel like a lot of people are writing off Dillian after the Tyson Fury defeat? He underwhelmed at Wembley.
I think he'd kick himself at that performance, but then again, Tyson Fury is an outstanding heavyweight. So I think more it's about the pressure of this fight. He's teamed up with Buddy McGirt, but he's expected to win this fight well. And Franklin's no mug. You know, if Franklin gets it right on the night, it's whether he can handle the occasion, you know, the big fight feels. He's going to be a very, very difficult fight for Dillian Whyte. Dillian Whyte's got a new trainer, all the pressure's on, and he's got to look good. I favour him in this fight, of course. It's a very, very good heavyweight fight. Franklin's never been beaten, you know, and they're all here. They think they're one fight away, one punch away from landing an AJ fight. And if Jermaine Franklin wins on Saturday night, he's a massive front runner to fight Anthony Joshua next. So he's to win.
Do you think they change it up in camp? The whole team come under a lot of criticism, kind of coming out south. Or he didn't really buff Fury. He said he would. Do you think the freshen up, Buddy McGirt, experienced trainer out in the States, for doing well?
Yeah, I think at the end of it, you have to freshen things up. Dillian is there before, but sometimes you need a different look when you talk about training team. And very.
All right, my bad, y'all. I just didn't want to just, you know what I'm saying, walk away and just leave nothing. I know it looked a little shaky for the moment, but I'm back. I had to go grab my food real quick. Y'all seen, you know what I'm saying, the trolls trying to get up in here. That's a good one, Piedra. He said I'm running like Crawford. I did. I won't even lie. When I zoomed out off the camera, I did run low ball because I wanted to make sure, you know what I'm saying, when you leave them waiting, I don't like to leave the drivers, you know what I'm saying, waiting. That's disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? You got to be better than that. Give them a tip, give them a good tip, and don't leave them waiting. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, all right, we're going to get right back into it. So a little bit of what I just played, because I actually saw the beginning of that, so that's why I wasn't even really tripping about playing that. I did. It was because when I was playing the video, it should get back good in a minute. Give it a second. But, you know what I'm saying? I already know what the beginning of that video was about because I did watch some of it when it came to what Eddie Hearn was saying. And I think probably tonight, rather than me going the reaction side of the game, other than the Regis Prograis versus Jose Zepeda face-off, I'll actually do the reaction video for that. Everything else, I think I'm going to go article-based tonight just to keep the stream running pretty smooth. But if you guys don't know, I dropped a video and I was talking about Tyson Fury, basically speaking on Anthony Joshua, basically calling I didn't drop a video on this. There was an article when it came to Tyson Fury, basically speaking on AJ, saying there's no point for me to fight this guy. You know, he's scared, you know, he's a fake, he's a fraud. It's on Boxing News 24. I'm gonna pull this up real quick. But he's just talking mad greasy about Anthony Joshua. And it's like, I'm not mad. Like, I can't feel no type of way about it. You know what I'm saying? Tyson Fury, basically, he tried to get this fight done. That was his whole point. Obviously, he had a deadline. Eddie Hearn admitted to the deadline. Anthony Joshua also admitted to the deadline. Let me get to my guy. And so if they're both admitting to the deadline, we have we have an agreement. We both agreed to terms, but we all just have to have everything done and finalized by a particular date. Who do you blame that on? So here we go. Fury on Anthony Joshua fight. There's no glamour in fighting a coward. And so this is what Eddie Hearn was responding to. All right, I'm going to let you guys see this. This is right there. Fury on Anthony Joshua fight. There's no glamour in fighting a coward. That's a lot of disrespect right there, man. Michael Johnson boxing talking more. What it do? What's happening with you, brother? Salute, double salute to make it absolutely how it should be, man. Hopefully your Thanksgiving Eve has been on point. Michael Johnson said, nobody on this earth should take Fury's words. And see, that's the interesting thing about Tyson Fury. You can't really believe anything he says. He's a showman. He's going to talk a lot. He's going to put everything out there as if that's what it is. But in reality, he's just trying to build a fight up. He's trying to make people still talk about him. He's trying to keep his name in other people's mouths. But there is something I will give Fury, because I do think a lot of people get distracted about something. I dropped a video a long time ago. I said Derek Chisora versus Tyson Fury was going to be the next fight after Tyson Fury I announced that he was coming back or coming out of retirement, supposedly. Because that was the first person he was calling out, talking about sending a contract. A lot of people don't remember that. And the reason why a lot of people don't remember that is because they got so fixated on when all of a sudden AJ versus Tyson Fury was a possibility. I never thought that would have been a possibility. It just doesn't make any sense. Why would AJ come off a loss to Usyk and then fight Tyson Fury 3 to 4 months later? That does nothing for his career. It doesn't. Even if he beats him, it would have to be an impressive fashion. So it's like, I never believed it. And so in this case, when Fury is talking about Joshua, whether he's going to fight him or not, he's got to fight him at some point. It only makes sense. That's something that Fury's going to want to add to his legacy. You can't call out someone like Joe Joyce, but not be willing to fight AJ. And that's what Eddie Hearn was responding to. Jonathan Piedra says, smart on Tyson's part, in my opinion. He's trying to build up Joshua after those losses. He should send him a fruitcake to thank him. The fight lost mad appeal. It's only big in England now. Now that we agree on, Piedra, that we definitely agree on. Joshua's losses have taken a big hit on him when it came to the hype or the idea that Joshua is who we all were supposed to believe he was. Joshua still wasn't really established in America. And I think the losses that he has taken, especially against the Alexander Usyk, because a lot of Americans don't really even realize how great Alexander Usyk is. Only really hardcore boxing fans do. They're looking at AJ as if it's like, okay, he's just another UK heavyweight boxer. He's getting to that point. So when you see Tyson Fury come out and say, hold on, I'm going to get to that. Where's the quote? No, there's no glamour in fighting a coward, none. I don't fight cowards. I only fight real men. That's a glamour fight? No way. My glamour fight was fighting the 42-0 Deontay Wilder in America. And see, people can keep disrespecting Deontay Wilder, but you got to understand, when Tyson Fury fought Deontay Wilder, even though his hype level was a lot lower than Anthony Joshua was, because Anthony Joshua was the man back then, him taking those losses to Tyson Fury built up his career to the point where now he's America's heavyweight, right? And AJ now, his losses have exposed him at least to certain people's eyes, where it's like, oh, you were never really that good. Where because Tyson Fury is at such an elevated level, how we see him in his skill level, we're like, oh, Deontay Wilder surprised a lot of us, and he fought. You know what I'm saying? And he gained a lot of fans. Like Deontay Wilder gained way more fans and respect in his losses than AJ has in his. AJ's went the exact opposite where Deontay Wilder went, and that's rare too. It's hard to say that happens to a lot of people. Oh, okay. Let me go over here to Michael Johnson. All right, Michael Johnson boxing talking more. Chisora has been pressing the fight. Fury just happened to pop and go away. People forget Fury said I would fight you years ago, and it's like I don't agree. Excuse me. I agree with that, Michael Johnson, but you also have to remember, at the end of the day, what people are going to say are what is on page, what is on tape. They're going to be like, oh well, Tyson Fury beat Chisora easily already. Tyson Fury already knocked him out in their second fight. That's going to be that's what people remember. So it really doesn't matter if Chisora has been pressing the fight. At the end of the day, that was the first fight that was, in my opinion, that was the first fight that was mentioned when it came to Tyson Fury coming off of his retirement. So the idea that Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua was ever going to happen, I saw it the same way as Terence Crawford versus Errol Spence being announced supposed to happen this year. I'm like, it doesn't make any sense for either of these big fights to happen this year. It doesn't make any sense. And we're going to see about Ryan Garcia versus Gervonta Tank Davis really happening. Because I'm still skeptical on that. But I'm like, you see Tyson Fury, he's calling out, or he's saying he'll fight Joe Joyce if Usyk doesn't want the smoke. But Tyson Fury was just talking about not too long ago, Joe Joyce is the next champ in the division. So, you know what I'm saying? He can be doing the same thing like we talking about he's doing with my guy AJ. I'm going to build up Joe Joyce. So when I fight him, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people know about him that didn't know about him before. Maybe even set up my boy Joseph Parker. You know what I'm saying? Joseph, you could beat Joe Joyce. Even though we knew, but I don't know. I'm speculating. I'm not gonna go that far. But Jonathan Piedra said Joshua has lost a lot of confidence in himself. He said it several times after bad performances. I'm still growing. I'm gonna get better in the sport. Loses aside, he doesn't even believe in himself. I'm not gonna 100% agree with you there. I think I'm like 60-65% agreeing with you there. Because definitely him, you know what I'm saying, switching trainers, that shows a lot. Even though I do think he looked really good, you know what I'm saying, with Robert Garcia, but he switched trainers about twice now, you know. Technically, the first time people say he hasn't because he just elevated someone to the head coach and pushed someone to the back. And, you know, someone argued the same thing, you know, with Deontay Wilder. But, you know, then he ended up going with Robert Garcia for the second Usyk fight. That didn't really work out the way he thought he would, even though I thought he looked great. I thought he looked really good. You know, and I feel like people forget, too, man, how good he looked against Kubrat Pulev. He looked great against Pulev. I just think he's just not built for certain styles. Styles make fights. I don't think it should take away anything from Anthony Joshua's skill level. I think he's still a great heavyweight. I still think Anthony Joshua has one of the best resumes when it comes to the heavyweight division. Who has fought more talent than AJ? No one. AJ to this day still has the best resume out of every heavyweight in the division. Every single. What are you referring to, Michael Johnson? I forgot you said. I've been around here for a minute and no. Are you talking about basically bringing up something like as of late, like when I was saying, you know, they're gonna say, okay, I don't remember the entire fight in full, but when I look back at the highlights and I see, you know, Tyson Fury KO him the second fight, and the first fight, you know, he won by decision. You know, it doesn't even need to be rehashed. We don't even got to fill away, you know, but. I still believe, and I'm strongly for this particular thought or for this particular opinion or perspective that AJ has the best resume out of all the heavyweights in the current division. Who has fought better opposition than AJ in the division? So let me continue on this article. It's coming from Boxing News 24. The first time heavyweight champions faced each other undefeated since Ali fought Frazier for the first time, said Fury about his first fight with Deontay Wilder in 2018. This other bum fight with Joshua was a bit like a Sunday roast. People only respected it in England, and Usyk will be a walk in the park. I'll butcher him. Back by December 3rd, followed by February, and if Usyk doesn't want any smoke in February, we're going after Joe Joyce because he's, in my opinion, the number 2 ranked heavyweight. Y'all agree with that? You think Joe Joyce is the number 2 ranked heavyweight? So like that, you basically saying Joe Joyce beats Usyk, Joe Joyce beats Deontay Wilder, Joe Joyce beats Andy Ruiz, Joe Joyce beats Anthony Joshua. There's an argument, man. Joe Joyce looks like the real deal. The only knock against Joe Joyce is he's older. Even though he hasn't taken any damage because he started later in his career, he is still an older fighter. Maybe 3 because I don't think anybody in the world can take Deontay Wilder's power besides myself, said Fury. So he said maybe 3. So he said Joe Joyce might be behind Deontay Wilder. What y'all think about that? Y'all agree with that? Or is he trolling? It's going to be trolling. Is Tyson Fury trolling? Eddie Hearn was upset with the words that he said, man. I'm going to pull that video up. Eddie Hearn felt like he was being disrespectful to AJ. He was like, how you going to talk that type of way? But, you know what I'm saying, even in the credit of Michael Johnson, He said you can't take nothing, Fury says seriously. So Jonathan said Usyk number 2, Wilder number 3, no doubt. So where would you put Joe Joyce in? So you got Tyson Fury, Usyk number 2, Wilder 3, like that. Yeah, that's fair enough. Because I'm like, you can't really put Wilder. Well, you can't put Wilder over Usyk because Usyk got the belts. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you got to respect the belts at the end of the day. Some might put Usyk over Fury just because he got more of the belts, but I wouldn't do that. But I want y'all to answer that. Like, answer this for me, please. Where does Joe Joyce fit in the rankings? Is he top 5? And then also this, who has a better resume in the heavyweight division than Anthony Joshua? Like, I'm really trying to think. AJ got the best resume. So it's like, we can't disrespect him. We can't act like he's not relevant. We can't act like he isn't one of the best. Is he top 5? Because I think number 4 has to be Joe Joyce. Some would say Andy Ruiz. I wouldn't put Andy Ruiz there. That's my personal opinion. Possibly AJ 4, honestly, but those losses weigh heavy. I don't think I can put AJ at 4. I can't put him over Joe Joyce right now. But that's the thing, though. See, it's like I'm arguing my own point. I'm kind of contradicting myself because how can I say AJ has the best resume at heavyweight and not put him at 4? Yeah, I'm going to put him at 4. Even with the losses, I'm going to put him at 4. I think I put Joe Joyce at 5 right now. I think Andy Ruiz is right on the outside. I'd probably put him at 6. That's how it's looking. I'm trying to think. I know I'm missing somebody. Jared Big Baby, I don't think he's necessarily in that 7 just yet. But he's getting there. So it's like I gotta give it to AJ. I'm like, as much as I can criticize AJ, as much as I can be a certain type of way, you can't discredit his actual resume. I want to pull up this. Here we go. It's like I want to pull up this video of Eddie Hearn talking. Now, Michael Johnson said Fury got the best resume. No way, bro. Come on. You crazy. Nah, we can pull those up. Because I'm like, Fury's best win is against Klitschko. And Anthony Joshua also beat Klitschko. So I'm like, come on, you can't say that. And I'm like, I'm not even talking about just wins and losses. I'm just talking about who they faced. Hold on, I'm pulling it up right now. God dang, it's a long ass Wikipedia. Here we go. Nah, but you can't do that though. I'm like, you can't do that. You can't put one, like, because I'm not talking about wins. I'm talking about who they have fought. So I'm like, I'm not making a cumulative of because, you beat who we supposedly think is the best. Now your resume is much better. I'm talking about a cumulative of who they decided to face in their career and take the chances with. Fury took chances with, people would say his top is Tyson Fury. I'm just going to Fury will be Wilder, Vladimir Klitschko, Derek Chisora. Those 3 are where he took chances in his entire career, right? If I were to go with AJ's resume and when AJ took chances, let me pull it up. AJ has fought. Oh, and then I guess for Tyson Fury, I'd have to say Dillian White as well. Obviously for Tyson, AJ, Dillian White, some would put Charles Martin in there, Dominic Brazil, Vladimir Klitschko, Carlos Takam, Joseph Parker, Alexander Povetkin, Andy Ruiz twice, Kubrat Pulev, and then Alexander Usyk twice. Obviously, he wasn't at the winning end for a majority of those. But if you talk about who he's decided to fight, I just named off of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's like eight people we talking about. All I can name for Tyson Fury, and look, they're here. Joseph Parker, Vladimir Klitschko, Alexander Povetkin, Andy Ruiz, Pulev, Alexander Usyk. Like, if we talking about Tyson Fury, we're talking about Klitschko, Derek Chisora, Dillian White. Oh, Anthony Joshua got Dillian White on his level, on his shit too, and Deontay Wilder. That's it. It's not even close. Wilder alone is better than anyone on AJ resume. I agree. Michael Johnson. Man, that's. Let me see. So you think Wilder beats Usyk? Wilder is better than anyone on his resume. I would argue Wilder versus Usyk is a tough one. I don't go by wins. I go by who they beat skill wise. I know I'm not, but wait, that's the same. Wait, hold on. You think you clever with your words, man? I don't go by wins. I go by who they beat skill wise. If somebody beats somebody skill wise, they still win. I know what you're saying. I'm not. What I'm trying to tell you is wins or losses doesn't matter. I'm like, who you take a chance with, the names on your resume has to matter. I'm like, he's fought overall, he's fought harder opponents. I'm not talking about they're better skilled on an overall level. I'm saying, like, I fought 5 people who were rated or who are ranked top 5, while Tyson Fury only fought 2. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. Now, if we're going off of skill base and the hardest fights, then yes, Wilder is the hardest fight of them all. For him to be in there for 3, that matters. I'm not taking that away, but we have to also acknowledge Usyk. I'm like, Usyk is currently number 2. So why aren't we talking about it? But AJ just so happened to lose to him. By the way you measure someone's resume, now I can see why you like Bud so much. He must be a guy to you. Nah, honestly, if you want me to be real, that's why I wish sometimes the OGs would be up in the channel. Like, my favorite fighters, majority of them are retired or they're out. Like, I don't really like. I see it as entertainment, so I enjoy it. It's just I understand the business side too and negotiations and things like that. Like, I don't get it mixed up. That's why it's so easy for me to argue in a sense of like unbiasedness when I talk about Terence Crawford and Spence, because I really don't got a favorite between the two. Like, I really do like Terence Crawford as a fighter. Like, he's dope, but I want to say he's one of my favorite fighters. Like, to this day, my number 1 is Adrian Broner. Like, but then I got a whole bunch of other fighters that I really enjoy. Andre Ward is probably like my number 2. Andre Ward is retired, so it's like, you know what I'm saying? For me, it's really just, it's like I understand the negotiation level and when promotions and all that stuff kind of get in the way. But I am a fan of Terence Crawford, but I also like Errol Spence a lot. His skill, because I love skill. Like I said, like me myself, I've trained for, so many years. So it's like I really enjoy high level skill when it comes to something based off of combat. Like, I enjoy it all. Who got a better resume? Talk Spence or Bud? Who got a better resume that's a hard one. Like, I would say no. It depends on what weight class, because it's like you can't really judge, Terence Crawford off of one weight class, because, you know what I'm saying, he's jumped up 3 weight classes and he's been a champion, and, you know what I'm saying, all of them undisputed in all of them except 147. So if you were to look at like just accomplishments and what they've done in the sport, Bud has a better resume. But if you want to talk about who they fought, it just, the more known and notable names are definitely going to be probably on Errol Spence. I wouldn't say by a whole lot, probably by a couple fights. But so it's like in the 147 division, as a straight answer, in the 147 division, Spence has a better resume. Overall, now if we're judging overall, it's Bud, because, you know what I'm saying, he's not just a 147. The dude jumped 2 weight classes, was, unified unified champion both before he jumped up to 147. Michael John said, skill wise is what I'm saying. There is levels of boxing. Yeah, no, I agree with that. But it's like I agree with that, but it's almost like you're arguing my point, but you're kind of agreeing with me because if you're talking about skill levels, the boxing and skill levels, I'm saying AJ has a better resume because of the skill that he's fought in his in majority of his fights when he really became on top with the belts. He fought Usyk twice. He fought Joseph Parker. He fought Dillian White. Damn, I'm blanking. I'm about to pull this back up. I'm blanking. He fought Kubrat Pulev. I think he fought Derek Chisora at one point too. But I'm like, in my personal opinion, he fought guys. Here we go. Oh, Andy. Okay, here we go. Dillian White, Charles Martin, Dominic Brazil, Eric Molina, Vladimir Klitschko, Carlos Takam, Joseph Parker, Alexander Povetkin, Andy Ruiz twice, Kubrat Pulev, and Alexander Usyk twice. Let's go to Tyson Fury. We got Steve Cunningham, Derek Chisora, Vladimir Klitschko, Deontay Wilder, Dillian White. There you go. What more do you want from me? Come on, man. Who is them dudes skill-wise? That's my point. Tyson Fury got the same guys on his resume, but less. The only notable names on Tyson Fury's resume is Wilder, Klitschko, and some would argue Dillian White, but we'll see because I think Dillian White might lose to Franklin. But Wilder and Klitschko. AJ has Usyk and Klitschko. Some would even say Andrew Ruiz. Some would say Povetkin. Some would say Pulev. Come on, man. Jonathan said he unified against bums. Don't play. Come on, bro. Same with Pacquiao. He a multiple weight class champ, but some of those wins were scrubs or dudes coming off of losses. Look, at the end of the day, you cannot disrespect accomplishments. If it was that easy to do it, everyone would be doing it. If what you're talking about is people beating bums, winning in multiple weight classes, that's easy work. Everyone will be doing it. It's going to be everyone doing it. Why is it only top level Hall of Famers doing things like this? Come on, man. You can agree. Come on. I already said Errol Spence, welterweight, better resume, did his things. Overall, Terence Crawford has accomplished more. Like, come on. We can't be on that type of time now. Come on. Got to be better than that. Wilder, yeah, that right. That's the only dude that everyone can say skill-wise that is actually worth something. Now, that's disrespectful to Usyk. That's mad disrespectful to Usyk. Usyk is going to be, okay. Y'all know Usyk wants that Wilder fight, and I'm a Wilder fan, but y'all know Usyk wants that Wilder fight. How y'all disrespecting Usyk like that? That's crazy. AJ lost to Usyk, so what of he is on the so what? I know what you're saying. AJ lost to Usyk, so what? So who cares that he's on the resume? Basically, he lost. That's my entire point I've been talking about, Jonathan. And I see you missed it. I'm not judging these resumes off of who wins or who loses. If we're talking about the entirety of who I decided to take a chance on in my career, this is how I'm basing the resumes. And AJ has fought more upper level opponents or upper level opposition than Tyson Fury has, win or lose. If we're talking about actually winning and being great, that's why Tyson Fury is my number one. That's how I judge who is the best heavyweight, off of who you beat and what you've done. And a lot of it may not be, okay, I fought better opposition, but the people I did fight, when I did fight them, they were the top level guy and I beat them. So it's like you got to understand. I'm arguing right now. Like there's specifics I'm arguing. I'm not looking at things in a whole. That's why I said we already discussed who I said my top 5 was. Tyson Fury's number 1. So that's not what I'm arguing, but I'm just saying as a whole, who has fought more highly level skilled heavyweights than Anthony Joshua in the heavyweight division, and no one has. That's not me arguing AJ being better than Tyson Fury or AJ, whatever you was saying. Exactly. It would be everyone whooping Wilder. See, this is the problem. I'm typing and you think I'm downplaying Usyk. Okay. My point is, who is Chisora White and that dude from New Zealand? Who is Kubrat Pulev? Who is Vladimir Klitschko? Why is nobody talking about AJ being Vladimir Klitschko? The same AJ, the same Klitschko that Tyson Fury beat. AJ knocked him out, though. So I'm naming multiple guys. You're also not talking about Andy Ruiz. Andy Ruiz is someone that AJ also beat. I'm not saying any of these guys are better than Deontay Wilder, but these are the same heavyweights we're talking about that we're hoping to see fight each other and respecting. So it's like, why do we downplay them when we talk about a fighter that we may not like? But then when we're talking about fights that need to make happen, we need to see Usyk versus. We need to see Joseph Parker versus White. I'm like, that's all I'm playing. And we're saying my point is, who is Chisora? Tyson Fury's fighting Chisora for a 3rd time in December. So what are we talking about? Man, I'm going back to cleaning my fish. No one wants to hear me, man. I be bringing the logic. See, it went over your head. I was saying I can only do so much typing. No, I know that. Hey, well, see, this is the beauty of Fluenceboxing. We're 47 minutes in. Surprisingly, man, time is going by. So I'm dropping the link. It's being dropped even for the Twitch people. Y'all feel free. Just click on the link. Hop up in, man. We good to go. We 47 minutes in, so it's a good time to drop the link. Anyone feel like the typing is doing too much, man? Just hit that joint, come in. Just don't have too much background noise and drop your topics. Say what you want to say. Feel how you want to feel. This is a good time when it comes to Fluenceboxing. Once again, I respect it, Michael Johnson. What you having fish for Thanksgiving tomorrow? That's healthy. I'll give it to you, man. He said, I ain't going the turkey route. But look, I just want to say, just like, I'm not trying to go overboard. I'm not trying to go over the top. I'm just being 110% with y'all, man. In my personal opinion, and the way I'm looking at it, like I said, number 1 is Tyson Fury. Number 2, you got to say it's Deontay Wilder, right? Number 2, you got to say it's Alexander Usyk. Forgive me, Usyk. Number 3, Deontay Wilder. Number 4, AJ. Number 5, probably Joe Joyce, or it can be interchangeable depending on who you're talking to. Some will say Andy Ruiz should go as number 5. Joe Joyce should be number 6. That's fine. Debate, you know what I'm saying? It's debatable. So how you want to look at it. But with that being said, who's the one heavyweight that can say out of that top 5, let's take out Joe Joyce, I fought everyone in that top 5 other than one person? The only person who can say that is AJ. AJ fought Ruiz. No, I lied. 2 people. All right, I'm being a little cap right now. Look, I'm just saying AJ, in my personal opinion, has the best resume. He took L's, but I'm not saying AJ is better than Tyson Fury or Deontay Wilder. That's where I have him standing. So y'all was coming at me crazy. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate it though, man. You know what I'm saying? I love the different or the differentials in the opinions, man. That's a beautiful thing right there. But I was supposed to play this little video right here from Eddie Hearn.
Big comeback for Dillian.
I don't care about Dillian White. I already talked about him. I'm going to watch that too this Saturday, y'all. Dillian White might get KO'd by Jermaine Franklin. Eddie Hearn always, man, when he be talking, bro, I never be like I used to really believe some of the stuff he says. Okay, here we go. I'm about to play this right here. Here we go.
Just picking up on that interview with Tyson Fury that got released yesterday. I know it was filmed a few weeks ago, but he called AJ a coward. He said that is not the glamour fight in the division, and kind of
It's the new way.
And then, 2 or 3 days ago, he said he couldn't retire unless he fought AJ, and he needs that fight badly. You see it now from the social media responses. People are starting to come into terms with, doesn't really make sense what he's saying. Let him go on. Maybe he fights AJ instead of Usyk. I wouldn't even be surprised. Like, there's a kind of fight, that fight's so big with AJ that sometimes you just get together and you make the fight instantly, you know?
He said that Usyk fight isn't his legacy fight. He said that Wilder was his legacy fight. So if legacy isn't involved, then maybe that AJ fight could come before Usyk.
I think Fury wants legacy, and he knows that the AJ fight is legacy because it's the biggest fight of all time. And despite him maybe saying that he doesn't rate anti-Joshua, he does, and he knows it's a real fight. And we have to see that fight, but you've also got the Usyk fight, got Chisora coming up. We'll see what happens.
I know Kugan went into a lot of detail on Friday about the whole influencer stuff in Dubai, but then over the week.
Eddie Hearn sound nervous, man. Eddie Hearn said he knows AJ is the biggest fight. What have I been saying since day one? And I know y'all probably don't know, man, because you got to be the OG family members of the channel, man. I've been saying since day one, the biggest fight in heavyweight division currently for the current heavyweights is Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury 4. I've been saying this for the longest, and people have been telling me, man, they've been getting a chat. Nah, that's not. No, the biggest fight is versus AJ. It's like, I'm telling you, I'm like, Tyson Fury knows that the biggest fight is versus Deontay Wilder because they fought always in America. Obviously, Tyson Fury, and I've talked about this too, man. Tyson Fury is limited. He can't fight in America. He can't travel overseas. He knows AJ versus Tyson Fury is a big fight. Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury 4. A lot of us are saying, we've seen it already 3 times, but the UK hasn't seen it in their hometown. See what I'm saying? Big fight. Biggest fight. And I've been saying this, man. And that's what Tyson Fury is threatening everything with. And that's why Eddie Hearn is over there stuttering, man. He like, shit. He's like, man, Tyson Fury really over here talking about Deontay Wilder is the biggest fight. He's really talking about I'll fight Joe Joyce if Usyk doesn't want it. And see, Eddie Hearn doesn't want to hear these things. And the reason why Eddie Hearn doesn't want to hear these things is because he's basically saying he got options. What I don't understand, what doesn't make sense to me, is that we allow Tyson Fury to talk that shit. We allow him to do what he do. But then when it comes to Terence Crawford, he's ducking. He's running. He's afraid of the smoke. His resume isn't shit. It doesn't make sense to me, man. The consistency isn't adding up. You ain't stirred the cake batter enough, you know? It's too lumpy. Make it make sense. All right. Salute to the people, man. Once again, happy Thanksgiving Eve. Hopefully everyone's having a good time, man. If you're in the kitchen cooking, if you're doing what you're doing, if you're having just a relaxation, if you're around the family, whatever the case may be, hopefully y'all chilling and enjoying everything that's going on, man. We in here for the long haul tonight, maybe. And look, I'm chilling. Like I said, Thanksgiving Eve, we talking boxing. Hey, I got my food here, so I ain't got to worry about that. So we chilling, man. We chilling. We having a good time. So, man, I already dropped. We 54 minutes into this joint, man. I dropped the link. And I'm not talking about hot dogs and buns. Pause. What the? I was trying to be clever. Drop the link. Y'all can go crazy with it if you want, but you know, man, we here on a whole nother different type of time. So happy early Thanksgiving Eve, man. Y'all know, man, we on a good type of time. We having fun. But yeah, man, y'all stop being on that bull, man. When it comes to AJ versus Tyson Fury, I'm sorry, y'all stop be disrespecting fighters that y'all don't like. How about that? Y'all probably got to turn on your speakers. I'm feeling great, but yeah, man, show some love, man. Y'all already know what it is. Oh, okay. Look, I knew it. See, he was like, man, I'm tired of typing. I got to get into it. I'm bringing him in, man. Let's get it.
What
All
up?
right.
What up? Can you hear
Yo.
me?
Yeah, you loud and clear, man. What's happening?
Am I too loud? Am I too short?
Hey, for my headphones, I'm good. So you don't even worry about it. You straight. I'll let you know.
Nah, man. I just got done fishing, man. I caught a couple Jack Trevellis and a couple of mangrove snappers and shit. So I had to do some cleaning. You know what I'm saying?
See,
You know,
I
put
thought
'em
you
in the
was
freezer.
cooking the fish like on the. So I thought you was like getting it prepared, but you actually out there fishing right now.
No, I was fishing. So I had to
Okay.
come back to the crib and I got to make sure I get them all out the cooler and clean them up. And I was talking at the same time as I was
Okay.
cleaning them.
Okay,
Can you dig it? And I ain't talking about no little ass fish. This ain't these ain't no y'all can the Jack Trevellis, these ain't no catfish. These motherfuckers, 2 of them is about 40 pounds.
That gonna be your Thanksgiving feast tomorrow?
One of them is for bait, and then the other one, we're gonna smoke it. One is just gonna be chopped up for bait, and the other one gonna be smoked. And then the mangroves.
Smoke it tomorrow, or you waiting?
The mangroves we already cooking tonight. The mangroves gonna be done tonight.
Okay.
Yeah, but what I was saying was, so with this whole resume thing, you know, as far as when it comes to who got the best resume and stuff like that, all of that stuff is like, you know, you might as well put it for the court of public opinion. There is no right or wrong or no rhyme or reason with it, because at the end of the day, even if you say something or I say something, there's other things that have to be taken into account for it. Then also, with that being said, you also have criteria that other people have other than yours. You see what I'm saying? And so when somebody's typing in the chat, you know, it might not be so far like, you know how they want to put it out there, because they can only type so much and stuff like that. But when you come on here with the words, you know, that's the reason why I'm saying it's like you could say, well, AJ fought wooty whoop whoop, blah blah, and Fury fought and Wilder fought up. But then you also had to say, still to this day, which is a very popular word, even from Luda's last little motherfucking verse, right? You still have to take into account for that. Who are these guys that AJ beat? Who are these guys that all these guys beat? Because at one given time, a lot of these guys were like, let's just say, for instance, right? What's his name? The dude that Andrew Ruiz beat, right? What's his name?
Luis Ortiz.
Nope. The guy before that Andrew Ruiz beat, right?
Chris Arreola.
Chris Arreola was ranked higher than all of them at one point.
In the WBC, let's be specific.
No. It doesn't matter if the WBC. It doesn't matter if it's the WBC. Wait a minute. It doesn't matter if it's the WBC. It doesn't matter if it's the Ring Magazine. It doesn't matter if it's ESPN. It doesn't matter whoever. Chris Arreola was ranked higher than all of them, because you got to understand that there was somebody on the scene, right? There was somebody on the scene before they showed up. And Chris Arreola was one of them. You know what I'm saying? And there was a couple of other guys that also was before them that was ranked higher than Wilder, Fury, AJ, and Wilder. So you have to, and in this weak era of the heavyweight division, you have to pick your poison. Because Derek Chisora might not even be a Jared Anderson. Dillian White might not even be a let's say, for instance, Dillian White get his ass whooped by Jermaine Franklin. You know what I'm saying? And let's look at what's the other dude name from New Zealand? Joseph Parker. That dude can't go past 1,600 RPMs. He can't go past 60 RPMs. He has no killer instinct. And you can't deny that.
I won't deny killer instinct. I've always had. All right, let me have.
But you put him on AJ's record
because he deserves to be on. He's only lost to.
It doesn't matter who he lost against; is who he is. It doesn't matter who he lost against; is who he is.
That's not fair because
who is he?
Basically, there's no measuring stick that we're
there is a measuring stick because if he gets you, if Joseph Parker was to get you, let's say for instance, if you was 205, right? Let's just say for instance you was 200 pounds, and you thought you had a shot, and Joseph Parker had you hurt, and he couldn't finish you. I'm talking about you. I'm not talking about nobody else.
Did I lose?
No, it doesn't matter if you lost or won. But we all know that dude, that Joker can't go past. You know how low is 1,600 RPM?
You got beef against him. That you disrespecting his skill set at the end of the day.
I got no. I don't. I'm critiquing it because you know how low 1,600 RPMs is, right?
But I'm saying you have to be fair though.
What's the red line? What's the red line for most engines?
Look, I'm not even gonna go there because I don't even know specifically. If you want to go for most engines, you're talking about the RPM, you're talking about the red line, the lowest level, or you're talking about the highest level.
About six, let's say 6,700.
You got a problem.
Let's say 6,700, and Joseph Parker can't go past 1,600.
That's disrespectful. I want to say that we've seen him go past 1,600. We've seen he beat somebody. Do you respect Andy Ruiz?
Andy Ruiz?
Do you respect Andy Ruiz
when he actually trained?
But do you, if you respect him, Joseph Parker beat Andy Ruiz when he trained.
Yeah, but let's put it in perspective as
I'm with you, I'm with you, like bro. I was one of the biggest Joseph Parker fans, and I literally feel like after he lost to AJ and after he got that payday, he became a different fighter. Respectfully.
So you know now well that the last 4 fights Joseph Parker went in when he get people hurt. Yes. This I'm talking about like 4-5 fights. When he get people hurt, he let them off the hook.
You're right. I just don't want to. What I'm trying to do is when Anthony Joshua fought Joseph Parker wasn't that fighter. That's
yes, he was.
He wasn't.
He let him off.
That fighter. He became that fighter after
he
that.
He
after
let
that
AJ
fight.
off the hook too.
That's because AJ was a monster. Everyone thought AJ was the next Greek god. Joseph Parker got paid his. He got paid life-changing money. Joseph Parker wasn't the same fighter after the AJ fight.
That's on the cuffs. That's on the cuffs that that's on the cuffs of if Joseph Parker believed AJ was a monster. We can't sit up over here and say what Joseph Parker thought about AJ going to that fight. We can't be over here like we miss Cleo.
I'm going off of how he performed. I'm going off of before that. He never respected the opponent to that level.
He been doing that for a minute.
You can't say that if we were just talking about we respect Andy Ruiz and he put on a masterclass with Andy Ruiz. He had not. AJ was his first loss. Think about your first loss being your biggest payday.
He put a masterful class on a dude that was working construction with his daddy.
You talking about Ruiz?
Yes.
You disrespected Ruiz.
No, that's what he said. That's what he said. Out of his own mouth.
Hey, you know what's worse? You want to know what makes it sound worse? He probably trained harder back then than he did now.
No, he didn't.
Please, you don't not train hard.
If you listen to what Andrew Ruiz actually said, I don't want to go back working construction.
That don't mean nothing.
No.
He ain't getting paid enough money.
No, because you wasn't getting shit back then. He wasn't getting shit back then. You see the problems and the struggles these fighters go through right now.
Trying to 300 pounds on his second fight against AJ.
Yeah,
and you want to talk about fighting AJ? Don't change your life.
And you knew what happened. And you knew what happened why he weighed
That's
the
my
300 pounds.
point.
He got too happy and all this other shit. Blah,
That's
blah,
my point. There's no way he was training harder for that AJ fight than he was training for the Joseph Parker fight.
Hold up. No. And I'm going to say this.
Mm-hmm.
He was a last-minute replacement.
You talking about Andy?
Ruiz was a last-minute replacement.
You talking about for the second fight?
For the first fight.
I'm not talking about the first fight. I'm talking about the second fight.
No. But you have to put this in perspective, right? Okay. Andrew Ruiz was a last-minute replacement for the fight. The second fight is when people was talking all this shit going leading up to the fight because they start noticing that the dude looked like he was black sliding. You see what I'm saying? Everybody noticed it.
It was in the class.
Everybody noticed. And he was set tripping behind the scenes, doing all this camera shit and all this shit because he won. People start noticing the weight gain, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that.
But you
know what I'm saying, leading up to the second fight. Am I lying? But am I lying?
You're not, but you agreeing with me. My whole point is you can't say that Andy Ruiz was less disciplined fighting Joseph Parker than he was fighting AJ.
No. But that was
Joseph
years
Parker
ago.
Andy,
how many years it was that?
Who was Andy Ruiz lost to in his entire career?
Who? No. I'm gonna
say
he
lost to. Tell me who he lost to.
Ruiz?
It's only Anthony Joshua and Joseph Parker.
That's fine, and that's fine. You absolutely right.
I don't lift up Andy Ruiz like that. Y'all lift him up. You
absolutely right.
Love PBC,
but no, because you getting the game messed up when you talking about the old love PBC. You got to ask me some questions first before you start saying that. Come on now. But what I'm saying is at the end of the day, you know, when you lose the fight in the early of your career, doesn't mean that you can't get better. That's what I'm saying. Because he caught that dude at a good time. He didn't know Joseph Parker probably didn't even know who the fuck Andrew Ruiz was. Andrew Ruiz probably didn't even know who Joseph Parker was like that. You know what I'm saying? And Andrew Ruiz probably wasn't. And when you listen to Andrew Ruiz and when you listen to Chris Arreola, you're going to get the gist that a lot of these cats really don't be training like they're supposed to.
Of course.
Because you got to understand, that was Joseph Parker's fight. That wasn't Andrew Ruiz's fight. That basically means Joseph Parker was training the whole time for a fight and that he had to find a fighter. And that means he had to find a guy. And so when he finds a guy, he don't know what condition that guy must have been in and stuff like that. But his manager, his what you call that shit? The dude who no, that's what I'm talking about.
Trainer.
His this matchmaker probably know, and this then the third. So no, matchmaker and promoter is totally different. So
who's making the fights happen?
No, a matchmaker could just be somebody that behind the scenes just say, I got a guy for your dude to fight, blah blah with the whoop. How many fights he got?
Talking about that's lower level though. That's lower level. They don't do that on that. The level we talking about, that's all.
Yeah, but on that level, that's basically what it is. That's basically what it is. That's basically on the same level of what Tommy Fury be doing right now.
They're lower.
I got a guy. That's a lower level. Let me help you. Nope. Because you talking about how long ago on Andrew Ruiz and Andrew Ruiz's career? How long ago?
You talking about with Andy Ruiz and Joseph Parker? Okay. I see. I got mistaken. I'm sorry. I was thinking you were thinking about.
Nah, it's all good.
You were speaking about the top level. Yeah. You're right. Yeah, Joseph Parker didn't know who Andy Ruiz was.
You ain't got to do that.
Ruiz didn't know who Joseph Parker was. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So that's what happens. So now when you look at Tommy Fury, that's the shit. That's the same shit that's happening with his career because they're trying to get him to pad his shit up.
But wait, I got to say this though. Don't disrespect neither Andy Ruiz or Joseph Parker. Tommy Fury is nowhere on either of their levels.
No. We know that. No. I wasn't doing that. We both understand that.
That matchmaking.
No, we both understand that.
Niggas is still getting paid.
He fight niggas that's like 20 pounds heavier than them. You know what I'm saying?
And we're talking about this a much better resume, much more experience, the things they've accomplished. I'm like, it's not even like Tommy Fury. I'm like, this guy, he's not even a boxer in my eyes.
Well,
he's on the same level with Jake Paul in my eyes. People don't talk about Tommy Fury being a boxer. I'm like, no, this nigga.
I would say this. I would say this. He is a boxer because he fought professional fighters. But I would say this. I would say this. I would say this about it. I would say this about it. Because Jake Paul could be doing the same thing. But he has to do it in a certain way so where he can get that bread. So he can't just fight the same type of guys that Tommy Fury is fighting. You see what I'm saying? Now that Bamba guy that Tommy Fury tried to fight the last time, that was some fucked up shit because he's supposed to be a light heavyweight.
Jake Paul's knocking him out.
No, I'm just saying. Tommy Fury never weighed at light heavyweight. He never weighed at light heavyweight. He's always been 10 pounds heavier. Like if you look at how much he weighed on the scale, right? Tommy Fury on the scale, and he's supposed to be a light heavyweight, right? He never weighed at light heavyweight. He probably only weighed in that one time at light heavyweight. The whole time he's been a light heavyweight.
So what's your point?
My point is that he's been going in there weighing way over than his opponents on purpose.
Okay. But now I'm confused because you were giving big props to Tommy Fury.
I never gave big props to Tommy Fury. What I was saying was that they trying to pad Tommy Fury's little thing up, and the matchmaker says, I got a guy. The matchmaker. That's what happened when it came to Joseph Parker and Andrew Ruiz. Hey, I got a guy, he's a live body, whoop whoop whoop. I don't know if you've been training hard.
I know what you're saying, but I still say that's disrespectful.
Okay.
Because it's not even on the same level because you're talking about someone who's not really a boxer. Joseph Parker was looked at as the next big thing. He was New Zealand's savior.
What do you think the matchmaker is going to do? The matchmaker is going to say, I got a guy. Right,
but it's a higher level. It's very
it doesn't matter if it's a higher level or not. It's just a guy
that's there's levels to boxing. We have to respect the levels.
The matchmaker on that level was basically what I'm trying to tell you is that you were shooing to win.
I can do that though because I'm like we're allowed to be biased when it becomes a who wins.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
About the basis of the fight being made, we can't put it on the same level.
Joseph Parker was supposed to be a shoo-in to win that fight. That's the reason why the matchmaker picked that fight against Andrew Ruiz.
Upset at Parker, but he couldn't because he wasn't that good.
Joseph Parker was supposed to be the shoo-in to win.
He did that. He won.
And why did he win? Because the matchmaker knew that.
So how good is Ruiz to you then?
Ruiz in his career. How many years ago was that?
I'm not big up in Ruiz. I'm just saying.
No. What I'm saying is
right now.
You're supposed to. What I'm saying is, if you take a few L's early in your career, doesn't mean in this day and age in 2022 you that same fighter that lost that fight. That's what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is that even though that Joseph Parker won, like you said, doesn't mean Joseph Parker was all that. It could just possibly mean that the matchmaker picked Andrew Ruiz to come up in there, knowing that Joseph Parker was supposed to be the shoo-in to win for a fight because Andrew Ruiz probably wasn't either training that hard. And then not only that, a lot of these fighters out there, you can't even name their trainers.
All right, so I'm gonna shake
name
up right now.
Name Jermaine Franklin's trainers, and then name me Dylan White's trainers. I bet you could name it now because he got a new trainer, but you can't name one of Jermaine Franklin's trainer.
But I don't necessarily.
I can't either. And I used to live in Saginaw.
I don't think naming the trainer matters, in my personal opinion. That's not me disrespecting the trainer.
That's not what I meant, though.
Trainer is a very significant part of the fighter happen. No, this is me saying off of what my basis of my opinion is. I agree with you. No, I cannot name the different trainers. But I also, in my personal opinion, it does not matter because I think at the end of the day, people try to simplify it to the point where this fighter wants to fight this fighter. No, at the end of the day, it's going to come down to, does the money make sense? Does this come into factor? And that's why it's like I do agree with you to the extent when it comes down to when Joseph Parker and Andy Ruiz fought. It could have been to the point where it's like Joseph Parker's supposed to be the next big thing. Andy Ruiz does seem like someone that they can match him up against. But if you do look back during that time, Andy Ruiz was not a good matchup for Joseph Parker at that time. That was a risk for him. Andy Ruiz wasn't known like that, but he did do some things significant enough that if you were paying attention, you'd be like, well, why is this fight even happening? So it gave him a respect level, and it gave him someone on the resume to this day that he's able to say to the people like, yo, this is what I did. And this is what someone else wasn't able to do. So it's like, ultimately, it's like, I do understand where you're coming from. But at the same time, we do have to acknowledge the fact that it's like, okay, shit is set up a certain way. But at the end of the day, you have to acknowledge if someone does something and it is a high level achievement, you got to give them the appreciation for it.
No. But that's not even what I meant when I was saying that stuff. But basically what I'm meaning was that Dillian White is now training with Buddy McGirt. And you heard of that name, right?
Yeah, I know that. I didn't know that.
And for years on my YouTube channel, it's the same. It's the same thing that I've been saying about Dillian White, AJ, Derek Chisora. I like these guys as fighters, but over the last course of years, I've been trying to say they need to find another trainer, or even if they don't want to find another trainer, go out there and train with somebody else. And now AJ is saying it, and Dillian White said it.
You know what I'm saying? Have you noticed there's a pattern with, and this is no disrespect, because I don't want to think I'm not coming at anybody, but haven't you kind of seen in the UK heavyweights? It's a lot like the loyalty when it comes to like trainers. That's more of an American thing in my personal opinion. No, you're right. It's not a loyalty thing. Mm-hmm. To me, I think it's a trap. I think it's a stone cold trap. And I'm gonna tell you why I think it's a stone cold trap. Because when everybody is fighting the same, and then one or two, three dudes is fighting different, who the fuck do you think is gonna win? And those 2-3 dudes went where? They came to America. All the other dudes went. Okay. What was it? Okay. Hold up. My bad. Okay. Let's say, for instance, out of all the UK fighters, where the fuck the Juggernaut go? Right? He came to America, right? He's been in America though, because I'm like, Joe Joyce is from America. Exactly. He's American bred. A lot of people don't know he was signed to PBC and Al Heyman before.
He ain't American bred, but he been training over here for a minute.
Because I'm like, he was PBC and Al Heyman, like he was.
No, he's not American bred. No. The closest American bred dude is probably Dillian White out of the way of Jamaica.
No. Dillian White, he's Jamaican, but no, he's from the UK, like a motherfucker.
No, Dillian White's actually from Jamaica.
I know he's from Jamaica, but I'm like, he would never represent nothing close to America, man.
I mean, I said that's the closest thing. Like, I could throw your ass. Like, cause I'm in Key West right now. That's a skip, jump, and a hop.
Oh, you're right. He was Joe Joyce is British.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. And where do you think he get his skills from? And I've been trying to say this the whole time. Like, all them British fighters that come up over here and learn a couple things, they always stand out. They always stand out.
Yeah, he has to. I'm like, he's been fighting like
he's
from America. This whole time I thought bro was born in America, man. I'm not gonna lie to you.
AJ,
not AJ, but
no. I was got something to say about
fight
it.
like he British.
I got it. Exactly. There we go.
AJ fights off.
Fury
brought his spot. I could have assumed he was from America.
Fury brought his funky ass up over here, and look what he learned. Everybody, them British dudes, they fucking know.
Respectfully, because I got
the only thing they got.
Well, not a lot, but
I think the best gym they got in the UK is Ego Gym, and that's
real quick, because I don't want to sound biased. I want to be 100. I'm like, I don't want to disrespect the UK because people want to say what they want to say, but Derek Chisora ain't no punk.
Everybody know Derek Chisora ain't no punk. That's the only reason why a lot of motherfuckers love that motherfucker, because
that's why he's
if you look at everybody else and you look at Derek Chisora, he the only one. He's the only Godfrey Trooper one that actually stick up to what he owns up what he is.
Anthony Yard finna beat Better Biv.
Man, I don't know about that.
Yard since I was a young nigga.
Who said
I'm an old
you
nigga
think that?
now.
You think that? You think Anthony Yard gonna be Better Beef?
Man, Anthony Yard got the same type of comment as Anthony Joshua, but people hate him in the UK. Yeah, Anthony Yard gonna get the W. That's
you
why.
Think so?
That's why Better Biv pushed off the fight. If you want to be 100, something's fishy about the fact that this fight was supposed to happen this year, and Better Biv was like, and his team was like, "Oh, we got an injury," but all of a sudden it's gonna be happening.
Nah, you can't.
Into the new year.
I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell you this.
That's weird.
You can't do that because, like, you know, I'm gonna tell you something that's like I'm gonna tell you this. You could give them the benefit of the doubt, right? That you maybe possibly had an injury, or something arise to where the fight can't happen.
But they know exactly when they're healthy, though.
No. What I'm saying is because you don't know. Because then what I'm basically trying to say is that when you, how would you feel if somebody that didn't know you tried to say something, try to think for you and say what you actually really was doing? How would you feel?
How would I feel? It all depends on what situation.
No, it doesn't matter. You do. If somebody
context matter. Because look, I'm not famous and nothing like that, but I'm in like the profession I work in. Niggas can trash me if they want.
No, that's not the point. That's not the point.
When I think about a profession, real quick, let me finish. When I think about a profession where you're on a public scale, and when I think about Arthur Better Biv, you fought Joe Smith Jr. You got him out there quick. All of a sudden, you calling out, "Oh, Anthony Yard, that's the fight we're gonna make happen." You have an injury, and Anthony Yard is ready for the fight to happen in 2022, and now you're saying, "Oh, we need 2023 because we have an injury."
I mean, have you ever broke your hand before?
Shit, he never even.
No, I'm asking you.
He never told nobody what his injury was.
No.
Said,
I'm going to tell you what happened with me. Have you ever broke your hand before?
I never broken my hand.
Okay.
I've had injury problems. I've had to come back from shit.
Okay.
Like currently.
Okay. So I broke my hand before, right? And I broke my hand, and after my cast was taken off my hand, these motherfuckers was talking about you got to go to Iraq. Okay. Right? I can't even shoot. I don't have full momentum of my right hand when they take it out of the cast. See what I'm saying? Because my hand was locked up for so long. Now I can't make a fist. I can't rack back a 240. That's a automatic machine gun. I can't rack it back. I got to use actually my forearm to rack it back. I can't use my hand. Right. So certain injuries, they take longer to heal than what you think. And I broke a metacarpal in my actual fist. You see what I'm saying? So when you have an injury, you know, you have to also take that into account. He probably don't want to let the motherfucker know what injury is because he don't want his opponents to know. Like Dillian White. You never noticed Dillian White, right? You never noticed how long that motherfucking tape is on his left hand.
Well, real quick, I'm like, I understand you coming, but if you talk to OGs, like I've been a Dillian White fan for a long time, so I follow Dillian White. I'm like a 5-6 year fan of Dillian White. So,
you never noticed it? Look at Dillian White. Look at his last 4-5 fights. He never needs to do it. That basically means that it's either two things. It's either he's pushing back the cushion, or his wrist is fucked up.
You gotta understand, if you're talking about a high level sport, if you're talking about something where people are gonna be on a daily basis, gonna be in a position where I'm getting this type of damage, I'm getting this type of hurt, I'm in this particular position, and we all know the money is good, but it don't cover everything. It's like we know that's going to be something that we're going to see in the long run when it comes to something like a Dillian White.
That's not the point. The point is
matters.
You got to protect yourself. That's the point.
That's part of protecting yourself is knowing and understanding what comes with the shit.
if you look at the past of all these fighters fighting with flus, injuries, and all that,
That's cap though.
No, it ain't. No, it ain't. Because ask Ricky White what happened with him when he fought with a staph infection. He lost.
Some of that's cap, man. Some of that is cap. Some niggas are just saying that shit.
No, it could be cap.
They don't want to accept the loss.
And you absolutely right.
I took an L. I wasn't that good.
And you absolutely right. It could be an L. You absolutely right. It could be an L. But what I'm saying is that you thinking for somebody else, and you only, but you can't. You are not like in their head to see what's going through their head. You just seeing what you see from the outside looking in, but you don't know what they actually doing or how they feel.
But that's why they say this,
and that shit could be damaging.
Though they say the shit that they say because they understand that you're not seeing the full perspective, so they know they can manipulate you or be able to get you to think a certain way because they're like you're not seeing the full picture.
Exactly my point.
Give you what you need to hear, and then at a certain point you ain't seeing what you're supposed to see. You're gonna be manipulated and thinking that you think you know what's going on, but in reality you don't.
Exactly my point. But the flip side to that is, what do you actually know from what you heard? That's the reason why I say trust but verify. So you're supposed to give them the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, I ain't mad that was.
But don't stick your neck out there and believe them for what they saying, but don't sit there and ostracize them for certain things unless it gets to that point. Yes, you're right. There are indicators out there that's around here that can make you believe, or anybody believe, that the motherfucker's ducking because they don't want that fight. You absolutely right. But at the end of the day, is that you know, I try to stay on the lines of I give my opinion with a lot of things, and I tell people I'm giving my opinion with a lot of things because I don't want to sit here and demonize and or take it to a certain point and act like I know what this dude is thinking when I don't.
But you know, a lot of things are put into place for us to react in that sense. Like we're given something where we feel like we know what's going on, but we don't. So that's the whole reason why a lot of times we see something. What's a good word for it? I want to say inhale, but that sounds like the wrong word, but whatever I'm going to say, because that's what's coming to my head, you know, first thing. But and we inhale it, we take it in and we're like, okay, that's what we're going to react to, and that's what we're going to respond to, and that's what we're going to be talking about. But at the same time, we don't even have the full understanding of what even is being presented to us. So it's almost like it's a trap. But is it a trap? It's like, are we thinking before we're speaking? Are we speaking before we're thinking? I don't know. I be feeling like, man.
Nah, man.
A lot of times we be in. Oh my bad. Go ahead.
Like with me, a lot of this shit, like, you know, from dealing from being around a lot of the stuff that's been going on in boxing over the years, you know, I don't stick my neck out for none of these niggas, none of these boxers, none of these promoters, none of this stuff. Like, even my views on this Crawford and Spence thing, people don't like, but it is what it is. But, you know, at the end of the day, you know, everybody should be allowed to their own opinion and stuff like that. You know, ain't nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? But, you know,
real quick though, how do you feel? You know what I'm saying? You ain't here. You know what I'm saying? How do you feel about the Terence Crawford Errol Spence thing? Because I'm like, you know, it was good seeing my guy Piedra back in here, man. I've had some back and forth crazy with Piedra. So, you know what I'm saying? I was happy to see him back earlier, but I am interested to see like your thoughts when it comes to Terence Crawford and Errol Spence not happening this year and most likely happening next year. What's your thoughts on
that? I think both parties played a part to where the fight didn't happen. I think that at the end of the day, that when you hear that they've been talking since April, and then you get all the way down to August and September, and August, September, October, you know, you can, anybody feasible can get the idea that even from either Stephen Espinoza or whoever, Tom Smith or whoever, the fight was not going to happen this year. You can get that gist. They was even throwing it out there like the fight was going to happen this
That's
year.
how I feel. Yep.
There was even rumors getting thrown out there that the fight wasn't going to happen this year. Then there was rumors that the fight was going to happen this year. And so I really think that over the course of the years of hearing how the PBC work and stuff like that, I think they run their shit in quarters. I think they actually really do run that money like it's an actual business, like it's an actual corporation, and they run it in quarters. Either as fiscal or as a calendar year. I think that's really how they run it. And if you don't have the money for this quarter or at the end of the quarter or before the quarter, I don't think that certain fights going to happen because
real quick. I gotta interject a little bit. I gotta come over here because I just be appreciating, you know what I'm saying, when I have these type of minds coming in and, you know what I'm saying, talking boxing. I know you was going to say what you were going to say. You can finish that thought if you want, but I have to ask you, did you have any belief in the fact that Terence Crawford turned down to fight with Errol Spence, got a bigger payday with BLK Prime, not Black Prime, people. Stop saying Black Prime. If y'all saying that, y'all racist. I'm playing. But it's BLK Prime because most likely whoever's owning it is white people. And the undercard set, it's official. Everything is set for this fight to happen on December 10th. So, what were your thoughts on that, MJB? Did you think it was capped? Do you think it was really going to happen? I'm interested.
Do I think the fight's going to happen?
Did you think Terence Crawford was ducking or, you know what I'm saying, making some shit up when it came to him saying, "Oh, I'm not going to fight you, Errol Spence"? Now that, you know, basically you're not going to be able to show me, you know what I'm saying,
No. Like,
did you second guess him actually getting a deal for BLK Prime? Because Adrian Broner got a crazy deal. So
no.
did you think the fight was actually going to happen? Like, was there any doubt in your mind? Like, this shit is fake. Terence Crawford's bluffing. Ain't none of this happening. Let me know.
Nah.
I had a lot of people saying that's the case.
I told folks, like, look, you got the real Rick Ross, you got JC and 50 Cent floating around here, you know, but everybody want to say Daniel Kinningham, which nobody up over here want to fuck with that dude because they know they're going to jail.
No. Yeah.
So
I don't want to say his name.
So yeah, exactly. You gotta be a dumbass motherfucker if you're gonna do that shit and think you're gonna get away with it. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I told folks this. Al Heyman, I put it to you like this. What fucking promoter, manager, or advisor would tell their fighter not to get that 10 or 20 million?
Talk about it.
Which one? Who like you really tell me is that even if your fighter ain't got shit going on, you're gonna tell your fighter not to make money.
Talk about it.
Right? And fight Devin Antonia. You gonna say that?
Talk about it.
Or would you say, nah, we're gonna go up over here and we're gonna fight Keith Thurman for $2 million, put it on pay-per-view. Then all of a sudden y'all can get the back end.
Real quick, MJB, Keith Thurman versus Errol Spence is not something that's solidified.
No.
I don't believe that fight's going to happen.
That was a hypothetical.
No. I agree. And my bad. I'm just saying this because I agree because that's actually something that's very prevalent when it comes to the boxing media. Everyone thinks Keith Thurman versus Errol Spence is going to happen next. People,
I mean, it's probably not happening. It very well could, but
Errol Spence has made it known he doesn't want to fight Keith Thurman.
Like
Errol Spence does not want to fight Keith Thurman. I'm not saying because he's scared, but because he was a young gun at one point. I remember I'm a Keith Thurman mega fan. I remember when Keith Thurman was at the top. Errol Spence was like, "I want to fight you," and Keith said, "Nigga, you got something to prove." Errol Spence took that. Like Errol Spence is not going to take this fight. Why would he? That's like. I don't know boxing if you think he's gonna take this fight.
I just put it to you like this, like Like, why would Keith Thurman even take the fight? Right? I put it to you
that's
like
because
this.
Al Heyman's stalling
no,
him out, though. That's
no,
why. Al
No,
Heyman's
I put it
stalling
to you
him out.
like this. I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna tell you something. Hold up now. If a fighter was out of the ring for a year, everybody will be taking that being out of the ring for a year into account to why that fighter.
The fighters, though.
Hold up. This is betting wise. Let's just put it like that. Betting wise. And let's just say, for instance, it's Keith Thurman versus Errol Spence Jr. And the motherfucker's like, damn, should I put my money on Keith Thurman? It's like, I don't know, man, because Keith Thurman a few years ago, he was a cold dude, man, but he been out of the ring for a year. And
what's he lost to?
No, it doesn't matter if you lost to.
Yeah,
what I'm basically saying is that whole thing about you being outside of the ring for a year will be a factor on why nobody would pick you.
Errol Spence had a whole video come out where that nigga was drunk and his woman was videotaping.
It don't matter. It don't.
That ain't never happened to Keith Thurman.
I'm gonna tell you why it don't matter. I'm gonna tell you it don't matter.
Keith
because
Thurman never did that.
Who the fuck was whooping on Sugar Ray Leonard when he was high on coke?
Man, fuck out of here, man. Errol Spence was on. I don't know what the fuck was going on. He had his whole bitch.
Am I lying?
Him when this nigga.
Am I lying?
That ain't never happened to Keith.
Who was whooping on Sugar Ray Leonard when he was high on coke?
All the excuses. That shit crazy.
When Sugar Ray Leonard was high on coke, who was whooping him? Was Sugar Ray Leonard? Was he hooked on coke?
Do that.
Was he hooked on coke?
We even had to do that.
Did the whole Crunk Gym have a whole coke ring thing up over there?
All I know is Sugar Ray Leonard is still out here trying. He's still trooping to this.
Oh, you didn't know that, huh? You didn't know that whole Crunk Gym in Detroit had a whole coke ring?
How I not know that? And Tyson Fury is fucking with Crunk. Come on, man.
Nah, you didn't know that, man.
On that.
You didn't know niggas got 20, 30 years in prison. You didn't know that off of that coke ring. You're not snitching. You didn't know that, did you?
I do know that. I just know niggas could come from niggas' YouTube channels for that shit.
I'm just saying. I mean, it's on paperwork. It's on paperwork.
Talk this shit. I ain't scared of nothing.
You know what I'm saying?
Let the people
know. It's on paperwork. Like a lot of these cats out here, even back in the days, you see a dude get in the ring, get out of the ring, drinking a beer. Ain't nothing wrong with getting fucked up. The problem is,
look, I be seeing all that shit. I'm just saying, I'm like, at the end of the day, we can't act like we don't know how this shit work. I'm not saying we with it. I'm not saying that's something you should support. I'm just saying you can't act like it's surprise. You surprised when the shit go the way it go. That's all I'm saying. It's like, I'm not the type of person to be like, oh, why'd that happen that way? It's like, nah, nigga, it's what it's built for.
Oh man, I wasn't even talking about that. What I'm basically talking about is that they're human beings and that
you saying give them a pass. You saying
no, I'm not saying give them a pass.
You saying if a nigga fuck up, then you should probably give him another pass. They should have opportunity. Now fuck out here, nigga. We don't get that opportunity.
That's not what I'm saying.
We done.
That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is,
we fuck up, we done, bro.
What I'm saying is that it don't matter what the fuck you do outside the ring. You don't
get no opportunities.
It doesn't matter what the fuck you do outside the ring, right? It boils down to
nigga. Think about a nigga.
It boils down to what you do inside the ring. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day,
that shit too, like, it's not specific enough. Like, if you making money, if you at a point and you at a position where most of us, you know what I'm saying, can't even get, like, I'm like, I don't be understanding how people be trying to make something seem so minimal, in my personal opinion.
What minimum? All I'm saying
accomplishments. The accomplishment is like, just because you not my favorite boxer, the shit you do ain't that good. It's like, that's cap.
Oh, that's fine. I mean, there's always room for improvements with a fighter. You know what I'm saying?
But why is it there's more improvements for the niggas you don't fuck with?
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Say that again.
Why is there always more improvements for the niggas you don't fuck with?
Oh, that's not true.
The ones you don't respect, they ain't got.
Oh, that's not true with me.
Made than the ones you don't really, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's not true with me. That's not true with me.
Okay.
Oh yes, that's not true with me.
Let me know. What's up? Prove it. Cause I'm like, nigga, you just saying this shit, but I don't understand.
I mean, how you want me to prove it?
I got number respect for.
Like, how you want me to prove it? You want me to bring you like 10, 20 motherfuckers on this panel so they could validate me. Like,
they don't have nothing to do with it. I'm talking about just what we talking about. I'm talking about the people we talking about. The subject. Terence Crawford, Errol Spence, Zepeda, Prograis, even though we talking about.
I keep my shit down the middle.
Look, MJ be like, man, this nigga challenging me. I'm finna you like I ain't go through the screen.
Nah, I keep my shit down the middle. But all these boxers, you know what I'm saying?
But you know, some of the shit you was saying was some bullshit.
Ain't nothing I said was some bullshit. If that's how you want to take it, that's what it is.
No, that's not what I'm saying. Come on, some of the shit was bullshit.
If that's how you want to take it, that's what it is.
None of it. None of it was.
If that's how you feel, I ain't mad at you.
You would think none of it was.
Nah.
Cause you know some of the shit I said, you was probably like, man, this shit he's saying is some bullshit.
Nigga, fuck it. I said what I said, and you said what you said. You a man just like me. If nigga don't like it, that's it is what it is. Right?
See, you know there was some shit I was saying. He was like, nigga, this is just
but that don't mean a damn thing. That don't mean
it
nothing.
make for great conversation.
No, what I'm saying is it don't mean a damn thing. What means the most is what you feel. You know what I'm saying? What you feel and what the fuck you think. Fuck what everybody else got. Fuck what all these motherfuckers got to think and shit like that. Because
that's confidence, though. I respect that.
They ain't got nothing to do with confidence. That got to do with that. That got to do with standing your motherfucking ground and being a motherfucking man. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Motherfucker don't like what the fuck you got to say, and they want to take it to a certain point. You know that's how you know they on some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? We talking about boxing
at a certain point.
But you know what I'm talking about. You know exactly what I'm talking about with this boxing shit. Motherfuckers be taking this shit and be arguing with your ass.
But you gotta understand the reason why they do that is because they're more invested in the boxer than the whole entire situation.
Or maybe because it's you.
But because yeah, exactly. It's like it's more relatable. It's like what?
No, that's not what I said.
Go ahead.
Maybe because it's you. It's you that no. When I say when they be in confrontation, maybe because it's you. Maybe because they see like you, like, oh, he the nigga to fuck with. Or he the dude that I can get over on this dumb shit. Or he the dude that I can have these little punk ass little peons come up over here and say, this dude don't know shit. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe because I'm offended that you called me out on social media and said I was wrong. And I'm offended because that now you playing against my social media manhood. My Oculus, or what they call that shit, my metaverse manhood. You know what I'm saying? So maybe it's just you.
What you think? If I were to say like, damn, if that's how they felt, it's like, man, maybe y'all looking a little bit too deep into the situation. Do y'all be a bad situation?
Nah. I put it to you like this. If you're talking about sports in general, we're talking about anything in general, people ain't supposed to agree with everything. But
that's my whole point. I feel like people be too invested on certain things and they feel like they can't. Like if they feel like they're being attacked and they're ultimately, this is everything I'm feeling, I love this shit, it's hard for them to separate themselves from it.
Fuck them.
But nah. I want them to come in. I want them to bring their opinion because I don't mind it. Like I always love different.
Nah, I'm gonna tell you that.
I don't want everyone to agree with me. I want people to disagree with me. I want people to challenge me. I'm like, that's beautiful.
Nah.
That's life.
Some
man.
of these niggas.
I don't want to be 80 years old and every motherfucker agree with everything I said. That's crazy.
I'm not saying everybody, but I'm gonna tell you this.
Nobody. I want to have different opinions on every situation because I'm like, life is not one perspective. I'm like,
I'm not saying everybody.
A billion people on this planet. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not saying everybody, but some of these dudes you need to keep far away from you.
I'm not talking about having a close association with them. I'm just saying.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying even having a dialogue with them. Like I've been doing this for a minute. You've been doing this for a minute. And you know now well, some of these people do not know how to have a civil discord. They don't know how to go back and forth with someone.
But you don't think that's
Period.
entertaining though? Like when
No,
someone
that's
don't
not
know,
entertaining. Like,
bro, that
to me,
shit
that's
be
not
killing
entertaining.
me. I
To
be
me,
laughing.
it's childish.
But I be laughing though because I'm like, for me, because I be like, I'm like, ah, damn, like you don't even
Hold up.
realize how short this life
Big booty
is.
just text me.
No, you good. I'm like, for me, I'm like that. For me, I don't be tripping on none of that. I'm like, I be wanting people to come in where it's like, I'm arguing something that doesn't even need to be argued in my personal opinion. But if they feel like it needs to be argued, if they feel like it has a perspective that I don't even understand, it's like, yeah, get that shit across. Like that's how I be nowadays. I'm like, because at the end of the day, I don't know everything. So I'm like, if they bring something into this perspective that even if I don't agree, it's something that I never thought of, I gotta appreciate it because I'm like, it's all parts of, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, I don't know everything. I don't think everything. I haven't been everywhere. There's people that's gonna come into my life that's gonna be able to present something that's like, nigga, I never even thought of that. Even if I don't agree with that, that's some crazy shit. And I'm like, that I think that's the part of life, man. Cause I'm like, you don't have that forever.
But that's what I'm saying. Is like, if you go on Twitter right now, and you start, let's just say, for instance, you're not campaigning for Crawford, but you telling it as if the chronological events happen on Twitter between Crawford and Spence, and you correct somebody on that, on what they fucked up with it is. Motherfuckers automatically would call you a Crawford fan, boy fan, is all this other thing, and all you did was correct the dude.
I think people don't really be watching boxing like that.
But then when you start reading what they saying, they not only calling you out of your name, they threatening you and all kind of shit. And you like looking at them is like, what the fuck, nigga? Is this them? The motherfuckers you need to keep away from you. That's what I'm saying, because you can't talk to. Let's say, for instance, I got on your panel, right? And me and you was talking about Usyk, AJ, and Fury. If you would allow one of these motherfucking bitch ass niggas, dudes that I'm trying to tell you to stay away from, you would have been, this dude would have been, let me tell you something. I got it. The microphone I use is $900. On a not sell day, it's $1,200.
Talk about it.
Right? This motherfucker would have been spitting all over this goddamn diaphragm, fucking the mic up. All because you said something that he don't agree with.
Talk about it.
And then he would have blew his 1176 compressor and his Black Lion Audio 173 microphone preamplifier, and then his PreSonus 192 audio interface. Then he would have blew his Laces MK2 fucking speakers, and then his iMac would have fucking blew up.
Talk about it.
All because your ass said you didn't agree with his shit. That's the motherfuckers I be saying, motherfuckers, be away from me.
You know that's how it be. I don't know how you surprised. I'm like,
man, I've been doing this shit for a minute, and I keep motherfuckers away from me, and I be clowning them motherfuckers.
Gravitate what they can agree to.
I be clowning them motherfuckers.
If it don't line up with what we saying, I don't want to listen to it. I don't want to have nothing to do with it.
I be clowning them motherfuckers. I can even talk about a motherfucker and they get mad. I can even not talk about somebody and say I just disagree with you, and they get mad. And now I'm thinking about giving this nigga I am ill will what the fuck he want, because these motherfuckers. Let me tell you something.
I'll be acknowledging it, man.
There's nothing wrong with disagreeing with another human being on the face of this earth. We already been through this shit from on the playground fields when we was growing up in the early days of our motherfucking lives. The thing about it is that you have to allow another man to speak his piece. Let that man speak his piece. You know what I'm saying?
They don't be realizing that.
People don't interrupt them and stuff like. Let him get his piece out. if you don't like what the fuck you got to say, you can tell them. You don't agree with it
first.
But you don't have to belittle somebody or marginalize somebody because you disagree with them. That's what I'm saying.
I agree with you, man. It's a fact.
I put it to you like this, right? I've been going live and making videos before you, and I've been subscribed to your ass. I've been subscribed to your ass.
This nigga, why you keep trying to sum me? I'm not even gonna lie to you, man. I've been at the point like, look.
Hold on. I ain't done yet.
Man, I'm fluent.
You don't even know how long I've been subscribed to you, huh?
You OG, let me see. I'm like, cause you OG, you know.
I've been subscribed to you.
What's up?
I've been subscribed to you probably 2 months into you making your channel.
Oh, too much. Come on, man. I had this shit for too long, man. You had Lost One come up in here. You had snipers come up in here.
No, for real. Am I lying?
Crazy shit. Man.
No, I didn't have them niggas. You don't understand.
No, that's the OG family, nigga. You was trying to act like you was here for long. These niggas said 2 months. I've been here for 2 months.
I said 2 months into you making your channel.
Oh, all right. Nigga, you capping.
Okay. Remember, it was 2 of y'all.
It wasn't 2. It always started off 1, nigga. That's how
Who was
I
the
know.
other nigga?
That's how I know.
Who was the other nigga?
Two. You
Who's
talking
the
about
other nigga?
Zen's here now, but that's later.
You ain't like I didn't know that, huh? I've been subscribed to. I wish YouTube would tell me. I wish YouTube would tell your black ass right now when I subscribe to your channel. I've been subscribed to your ass for a minute.
How
long? You just didn't know.
What year, nigga?
Nigga, I don't know.
Yeah.
Shit. I don't know. Maybe nothing. Maybe not when I was in Toledo. Maybe when I was in Saginaw. That must have been
talking that
2000 was that 2015?
By like 2017, nigga.
Nah, I've been subscribed to your ass for a minute, man. And your ass didn't even recognize, man. And I know your ass recognize me every now and then coming up in there saying what up and bouncing and shit. I know your ass remember that shit. Yeah. I've been having the same football picture.
Talking shit.
The same.
Talking shit. Go ahead. Talking shit. Go ahead.
If it ain't this football picture, it was the orange one. The only nigga on YouTube talking boxing, a picture of him playing football.
I'm gonna let you talk your shit. I'm gonna let you get your shit off, man.
Nah, nigga, I gotta go. I gotta get some pussy. I gotta go. I got to go.
Hey, I won't even lie to you, man. Wait, real quick. Tell the people, man. Happy Thanksgiving Eve.
Happy still a motherfucking land day.
Because I know
if you put that turkey in the oven, I hope you brined it before you put it in the oven. This nigga
got fish though. This nigga got fish.
Because that shit gonna be dry. You gotta brine the turkey. Right? You gotta brine the turkey before you put it in the oven. Overnight.
Turkey dry no matter what the fuck you fuck.
No, it ain't. You brine it.
Turkey ain't shit.
You ain't never brined it? You never brined the turkey?
Turkey nasty.
No, for real. Have you ever brined a turkey?
But I don't fuck with turkey. Turkey nasty.
No, it ain't. Turkey see, my brother. The problem is, my brother, you eating a white man's turkey. I'm joking.
I was about to say, I got some black bitches right now texting me. I don't know what you're talking about. But no.
You gotta eat the wild turkey with the black feathers.
just make sure you got some wild rice with some rolls. If you got the Hawaiian rolls, you good.
Nah, only thing I got right now is I got some cooking, but I got some mushrooms I picked out in the woods.
This nigga out here in the forest.
Hell yeah.
This nigga
the mushroom night don't get you high. They very expensive
Avatar 2 in the middle of the jungle. I don't know what the fuck.
Nah, the mushrooms I eat, they very expensive mushrooms and they don't get you high. Okay. They just for eating. They're expensive. They're expensive.
But salute to the people, man. Make sure I hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff. I'm out of here, man. I got a happy Christmas. Thanksgiving Eve.
This nigga high as hell.
I'm having a great time, but I'm done, nigga. It's been longer than I thought. I didn't feel like I was gonna. Salute to the people. nigga.
You do that ayahuasca
Appreciate you,
Deontay Wilder.
MJD. What you gotta say last? Tell the people, man. Tell these niggas, man.
Hey man, hey, happy still a motherfucking land day, and y'all get some good boxing in this weekend. Y'all go out there, watch that. Support Dylan White and Jermaine Franklin, man.
Yeah, I'm watching.
Support what's her name? Jamie Mitchell. She got a fight coming up in Dubai. Support her.
Bullshit.
You know what I'm saying? And keep it boxing, baby.
All day. You already know what it is. Out of here. Enjoy your night. Happy Thanksgiving Eve. Be back. Maybe tomorrow. We'll see. But
All right, bro. I gotta go. Bye-bye.
All right, man. Salute. I'm out too, man. We